Hi, it's Mates from My Life Mates. Thank you so much for joining me today. In this video, I wanted to do a journal with me session in my traveler's notebook. This is in the regular size. And I filmed a reel on Instagram sharing with you my wonderful summer holiday to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And so this is the finished spread that I did on Instagram, but I thought I would share that with you here in this video as well. I guess that kind of kickstarts my Malaysia trip journal. Actually, this journal insert, I'm just going to do a quick flip through, but I included the kurashiki. I don't think I did several videos of the kurashiki trip as well here on YouTube, so if I remember to, I'll link that down below, or you can check just the history of the videos and it will most likely be there. But the kurashiki trip is also documented in this same journal insert, and I'm just doing a quick flip through, sharing with you some of the pages that I did. I don't remember if I've completed everything, but I finished all the little journaling spots of the kurashiki trip. The kurashiki is located in Okayama, Japan, and I moved on to the Malaysia journaling section here. And yeah, now I'm going to insert maybe in here or near the end of the video some of the beautiful video clips of Malaysia and the places that I visited. I have decided to keep the titling of this trip consistent, so I'm using the clear stamps that I received from a lovely friend, Suzanne. Thank you so much. But yeah, so I thought it would be nice to keep the titles of the journal of the Malaysia trip the same throughout, so that it kind of flows nicely. And so you see the heading Malaysia on the other page, and I used the it's like a red wine type of color for the stamp color. It's a VersaFine. I was a little bit bothered by the bleed. It wasn't bleeding through, but the show through of the Malaysia on the other side. So I decided to add a piece of paper just to cover that up, and I decided to stamp on top of that. Ideally, I should have probably stamped on that separate piece of paper first to have like a nice flat surface, and then glued it on afterwards. But it worked out in the end. I am stamping out the word Batu caves, and so our first night we arrived quite late. We did get to explore a little bit of the area where we were staying, which was really nice. And we ended up having a super late dinner, but the kids were so tired. And the mac and cheese, I loved the mac and cheese at that restaurant that we ate at. But the kids were just so tired and exhausted that they were in a very bad mood because they were tired. And we didn't really get to enjoy it that much, but we did roam around the hotel area that we were staying at in the evening time. Then the next day, we had a slower morning because the kids were exhausted. But the next day, we decided to go to the Batu caves and check out the Batu caves. And my husband and I keep bringing this up, but we were so impressed with the transportation there. We took it's not an Uber, but I guess it's similar. I don't really know because I've never taken an Uber before. But it's like a pickup service, a car pickup or taxi pickup service, I guess. And I don't really take taxis here in Japan because they're very expensive. And yeah, I usually just walk or take the train, or rarely bicycle. I'm still not comfortable with riding a bike. But anyways, yeah, the transportation, we used something called Grab. So it's similar to Uber, I'm assuming, where you just order a pickup car, and you can choose on the map where you want to be picked up and where you want to be dropped off, and you can choose, there's different options of cars and price ranges, but I think it's all government run and everything, so it's all regulated and very safe. And yeah, we were so impressed with how easy it was. And I know people always talk about how hot and humid Malaysia is, but I think because we were on the Grab and we didn't really take the bus or the subway, and with the Grab in the car, it's just nicely air conditioned and cool. I didn't find that it was that hot or humid. And in Japan, in Tokyo, I walk and take the train everywhere, so I'm outdoors a lot more, and I'm just sweating buckets, and even after I shower, I'm just sweating. It's just, I don't know, I found that it was okay in Malaysia. So yes, very, very convenient to take a Grab. We were able to go directly from the hotel to this beautiful location. We walked around a bit. There's a lot of cute little animals, monkeys, mainly monkeys and pigeons and birds and dogs roaming around. And we got there, and it was there's a huge, very, very colorful staircase, and we were walking up, and then all of a sudden there was a crowd of people, and they told us to stop, and we were wondering what's going on. Why can't we get inside? And because I read that the Batu caves were free, we didn't have to pay. There's no admission to go inside. And then we realized that there was some kind of music video or some type of filming going on. And if I remember to, I will post the video clip at the end. I think there's some kind of musician, or not musician, but musical group. There was some choreographed dancing going on. And once they finished their, I guess, video filming, we were able to climb up the stairs. I will mention this, the Batu caves, once we got there it was nice, but the climbing of the stairs was so hot. Of course, you're exercising by climbing all these stairs. I need to research. I want to see how many actual stairs, the actual count. But once we got to the top, we were all sweating buckets. It was so hot. But it was it felt like a really nice short little workout, but it was difficult. My kids, of course, just were, very quick with their feet, and my husband was quick with their feet, and I'm like struggling in the back, trying to keep up with them. But yes, once we got to the top, it was really nice to see how high we were up, and I will have a video clip of that as well. Here I'm just writing. I decided not to stamp out the word caves, but I just used the Pentel brush pen to write out the word caves. And once we got to the caves, I think there's kind of like two, like it's quite deep. It's not just a hole. It's very beautiful there. It's nice, and it's not as hot for sure. It's definitely more cool, but it's very, very high, and it's just so hard to explain. And I did take many videos, but it's just not the same. Like I was rewatching the videos, and it's just not the same as, I guess, being there. It's hard to describe the feeling, but the caves were magnificent. I felt like they were very majestic, and they were just so tall, and it's so hard to explain. But I'm so happy that we were able to visit the caves. I don't know if Jane's watching this. I'm sorry that I was so sweaty and hot, because we went up the caves and we were all drenched, and just very, it was a good exercise, like I said, but because we did end up meeting up with Jane after, Jane the Crazy. Oh my gosh, it was so nice to see her. I think that's going to be in a separate video. I've already started journaling about that meetup, like on a separate journal spread, so I think I'm going to do a different video about it. But yes, I did get to go to Stickerific. Of course, there's a beautiful stationery store in Malaysia as well. And of course, Jane. I really wanted to partake in her journaling class, but I had to fly out one day before. Yeah, that was a huge bummer. But okay, so I'll talk about that in a separate video. Back to the Batu caves. I did a little bit of, I think there's a couple of little shops inside. I think it was at the entrance of the cave. I bought some postcards and stamps. I was able to purchase some like postage stamps to send out the postcards, and there's little souvenirs that you can buy there. And they had, I think, like a beverage stand. I don't recall 100%, but yes, it was a nice little shop there. It was nice to get a bit of a break in that there was a cool breeze inside the cave. And then, like I said, it's kind of like a double, it's quite deep. And then there's another set of stairs. And there was a lot of people, for some reason, I'm not sure, but there was a lot of people waiting in that second section of the cave. So we didn't really we didn't stay in that section that long because there was just way too many people in that area. But overall, it was such a beautiful experience to go to the caves. My kids were scared of the monkeys. I think because we were watching some YouTube videos, I wanted to show the kids that this is where we're going, and there was some kind of warning to stay away from the monkeys. And there was a lady, and she was screaming because the monkey was grabbing onto her shirt and pulling on her, and they were quite aggressive with her. I don't know what she did, or if she tried to give them food. I don't know, but the monkey was quite aggressive with her. And yeah, so there's a lot of cute little monkeys roaming around, but I just told the kids to be careful. And yeah, the way down, I'm good with stairs going down, but so the way down was very easy for me. It's just upwards, going up the stairs is really difficult. But the way down was nice, and once again we took a Grab, and we went to the next location to meet with Jane the Crazy, and we went to a place called ICC Pudu. And like I said, I've already started that journal spread, but I will probably film the completion of it with you on camera. I started journaling, and then I thought I should probably turn the camera on and share this process with you. So that's going to be coming up. I don't know if it's going to be the next video, but maybe in the next several weeks for sure. And here I'm just finishing off with some of my journaling. I'm taking the light gray brush marker, and I think this one is also from Pentel, but I just wrote down stay away from the monkeys. And yeah, I'm just so thankful that we were able to visit this beautiful country. I really wish we stayed a little bit longer. I miss eating the food. My daughter had a little bit of a difficult time adjusting to the food, but I didn't have enough dessert. I wanted to visit more cafes and desserts and eat more of the Malaysian food. I really miss that opportunity. I should have had more of that. But here are some clips of the beautiful area. You can see one clip before the colorful staircase going upwards, and this part here is the section, like the first, I guess once you get to the top, this is what you see, this really deep cave, and it's very, very high, and you can see a glimpse of the little shops there. But yeah, it's just so hard to explain. It's very calming and just relaxing. I could just stare. There were times I would just be staring at, I would look up and stare into the cave, and my kids were doing the same. But This is the area where it was nice and cool. There was a bit of a breeze, and you can see that another staircase there. It's a deeper section, and this is facing backwards, so going backwards, and this is the top of all of those colorful stairs. And yeah, this is the clip. I don't know, do you recognize this group? Please let me know if you do. I would love to know who these people are. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're doing well and enjoying your last bit of summer, or maybe it's a different season. I know there's people in other parts of the world, so I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.